Hi, y'all. Welcome to Joyful Living. I am so glad to have you here on my YouTube channel. And I am so excited to bring you some more ideas about expansion. So I do different themes every single month here, and you can go back and look at my previous videos. But this month, the month of June, is the theme of expansion, and that looks like many different things. Last week I talked about creativity. This week I want to talk to you about solo dates. Okay? If you're in a relationship, stay with me. If you're single, stay with me. It doesn't matter who you are. I still think that solo dates are a really, really important part of life, and I think that they can actually help expand your life in so many areas. So let's jump into it. I want to talk about the secret to expansion. It's actually dating yourself. And by the way, whenever I look over here, I'm looking at my notes. What I've noticed and what I used to do, most people are waiting. They're waiting for a relationship. They're waiting for someone to choose them. They're waiting for life to begin. They're waiting to be dating someone to do all of those fun things, to go out, to go on dates. But what if a new worldview starts the moment that you decide to date you? And the moment that you decide that you're worth getting to know, right? More than wanting to be chosen by someone or more than wanting somebody to share life with, how about learning who you are and getting to know you in all of these different areas before hitching yourself to someone else? So I'm going to talk about a couple of big ideas. The first one, expansion is becoming more of who God created you to be. So I want to talk about expansion a lot this month especially because I feel like not enough people focus on beyond. Not enough people focus on what they want. I've noted in this season, or I've noticed that I get really stuck in my day-to-day. I get really stuck in my job and the trivial, challenges that come up, or I get really stuck in small-minded thinking and small-minded frustrations. What I've realized recently is I don't have a lot of long-term thinking besides like finances. I'm working on investing in finances, but I haven't really expanded my worldview past where I am right now. And that was made clear to me whenever I went to Miami about a week ago with a girlfriend of mine, and I just got to see like the traveling lifestyle, and it was so refreshing, and I was like, I want to be able to do this all the time, but I work from home, and I stay home a lot. I do love to go out, but that's one night. So how can you expand? Expansion is becoming more of who God created you to be. And when you don't look into those things, and when you don't investigate who you are, how are you supposed to know what you want? How are you supposed to expand into that version of yourself that God is calling you to be? So it's not about getting more money or success. I mean, that's definitely something that we want to do. That's not the main goal. It's about refusing to shrink, learning how to take up space. I don't know about you, but I grew up in a household where there wasn't a lot of space. Literally, physically, emotionally, 5 kids. And there just wasn't a lot of space. And so you had to learn how to exist in the space that you were in. And I feel like I'm still learning how to take up more space and experience the fullness of life. We can get so stuck in the day-to-day, if you work a 9 to 5, they call it the rat race, right? Showing up, going to work, going home, resting, trying to work out here and there, trying to hang out with family, trying to have a social life, trying to get enough sleep. And if you want to stay fit and being in the gym, you also have to recover. It's like there's so many things to balance. And so you can get so stuck in that consistent day-to-day that you forget that life should be more than this and life should be bigger than this. And so expansion is about refusing to shrink, learning how to take up space. And it's about choosing either to live in that cage, whether consciously or unconsciously, or choosing to step out of it. And I don't know about you guys, but I've lived in a metaphorical cage for long enough, right? I'm done living small. I'm done existing small. I'm done believing that there's not more out there, because there is. and I'm expanding my worldview, and I want you guys to do that with me. What I've learned and why I'm talking about solo dates teach you to enjoy your life right now. I'm talking to everyone, but I'm talking especially to my single girlies. If you are in a season where you're not currently dating anyone and you're looking at the dating pool going, I get it, I've been there, feel like I'm currently there right now, where you look at the options, and I'm not saying that there's no good men, we're not hating on men here, okay? What I am saying is, it's just, there's a lot to sift through, right? And I feel like God reveals everything in his time, and it's just not my time right now. And so if you're a single girl, you're looking at the dating pool, you're going, oh my God, right? Stop worrying about it. Take a pause. If you feel overwhelmed, if you feel tired, take a break, girl. Instead of always trying to get dates or always trying to date these men or, see what's going on, pause. If you need that, there's a season where it's good to go out and go on multiple dates and get to know different people, obviously with boundaries and restraint. Sometimes, though, you have to be in a season of stepping back, inward evaluation, and honestly dating yourself. So solo dates teach you to enjoy life in this moment, and I feel like sometimes we can put things off until we have someone to share it with. And I understand the beauty of sharing life with someone. I get that. And I want that for myself. But in the meantime, in the in-between of where I am right now and my future person, whatever that looks like, I'm not just going to sit in this dead space and just exist and wait, right? The lie that we hear a lot is life starts when you meet someone. So what, I'm just supposed to sit around and twiddle my thumbs until a man comes and finds me? No, I'm good. So what I've started to do, and what I think you guys should start to do, is I have to take myself out. One date of mine that was probably actually about a year ago now that really, really stands out to me. It was one day I had a half day of work, and I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And the Dallas Museum of Art is free, and I hadn't been in a long time. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to dress cute. I'm going to go down to the Dallas Museum of Art. I'm going to pay the $20 valet, and I'm going to get in and walk through because I love museums. I love art. I love seeing the different expressions of art. And so I just took myself on a little solo date, and it was so fulfilling and so refreshing, and it was such a good reminder to be in my own energy and my own presence. Because a lot of times you get in these dates and you think it's going so well, but babe, what you don't realize is you're the one bringing the good energy. You could talk to a wall and you could have a good time, right? So I think solo dates are a good way for you to remember the beauty of your own presence. For example, literally last night, and I totally forgot I was planning this date. Last night, I've already seen Michael, the movie. Amazing. I went in Miami with my girlfriend last week, but I have been having the feeling to go by myself just because. And I missed the first 5 minutes of the movie, so technically I hadn't seen all of it. So what did I do? I just had an inkling. I just really wanted, I was like, I want to go see the Michael movie by myself. I don't want to go with anybody else. I already went with my girlfriend. I want to go by myself. So yesterday, on one of my breaks from work, got online, bought a ticket. Right? Had a couple little wines in my fridge, stuck those in my purse, left, went to go get some popcorn, a little candy. Well, actually, I got candy at the dollar store, and then whenever I got to the movie theater, all I got was the popcorn, and then I sat, had my little drink, it was long enough to where we're not being irresponsible, okay. But we had a great time. I brought my big water. We had a good time, right? But I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed taking myself out. I dressed up. I looked cute. I felt, it was nice to be in my own energy because I've been so busy working and traveling and being around family. And none of those things are bad necessarily, but I feel like when you get so wrapped up into the hustle culture, you get so wrapped up into the day-to-day busy that you forget to hang out with yourself. You forget to enjoy your own presence. And so that's what I really got to do. I'll take dinners alone. Actually, probably as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go have a nice little dinner alone because I want to go out because it's been a long week. I'm going to go eat a dinner alone, and then I have drinks with someone later. But in between now and then, I'm going to go get me some tacos. I don't know, maybe something else. But you know what I mean? The truth is that joy is available to you right now. Joy is available to you right now. Solo dates are such a great way to channel your own energy and your own presence back into yourself, to spend time with you. And solo dates actually show you who you are. So solo dates are a great way to get to know yourself. Most people, you can know what other people want from you. And it's hard for you to know what you want for yourself if you don't ever slow down, right? Do you know what you enjoy? Do you know what lights you up? Do you like to go, I don't know why this popped in my head, roller skating, right? I love mini golf. I have a ball at mini golf. I will take you on a date. I will take my friend. I don't care. I love mini golf and bowling. Sometimes I'm really good. Sometimes I don't want to talk about it. But know what you enjoy. I think solo dates are such a good way to cultivate just having a fun life and having a full life without waiting for somebody. And you get to discover these things about yourself. Do you love art? Do you love culture? What does your presence look like? What's meaningful to you? These are all important experiences that you need to have. So when you do get with someone, it's not like, oh, whatever you want to do, babe. Okay, well, don't you have things you want to do too? Right? Silence, especially solo dates, sometimes just going out and enjoying the silence, create space for you to hear your own voice and create space for you to hear God. I will sometimes go out on solo dates and I'll just talk to God sometimes. I'll be like, what's up? Oh my God, I miss you. People talk about, this is such a random aside, but people talk about prayer as if it has to be like, dear God in heaven, da 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 da. And sometimes I'm literally just like, what's up, God? I'm always respectful, but it's a conversation, right? So you get to build these conversations with yourself, conversations with God. And here's another one too. The better that you treat yourself, the higher your standards become. So solo dates, I say that they are expansion. They expand your worldview, because if I can take myself on a better date than you can, why are we even having a conversation? There's no need for discussion, right? There's no need for anything. There's nothing to talk about, right? If I can treat me better than you can off rip, that tells me everything I need to know. So the more that you show yourself care and you show yourself intentionality, you really stop being impressed by the bare minimum, right? Like, your bare minimum doesn't impress me. Your last minute plans, your thoughtlessness, your inability to plan a good date or just have presence or have conversation. Like, if I can have better conversation with myself, I have no words. You know what I mean? Like, think about it, right? Think about it. And one of the biggest things is you stop looking for someone to complete your life. You start looking for someone who complements it. So I don't need you to go out on dates with me. I don't need you to tell me I'm beautiful. I don't need you to fill my presence. Now, that's not saying that I don't want a man. There's a big difference. I'm shaking the table. There's a difference between needing someone, needing to feel complete, needing to feel love, needing da-da-da-da-da, and wanting. I don't want anyone to need me, okay? Because that just tells me that you're not secure in yourself, and then we're not building from a solid foundation. I want you to be secure in your life, confident, but I want you to want me. I want you to want to be in my energy. I want you to want to be in my space. And so you stop looking for just anyone, and you start looking for someone who truly complements what you're already doing for yourself. And this is how solo dates can change your dating life without making you closed off, right? So instead of, taking anything that comes along, and even if you are in a relationship, right? So I was talking to my single girlies, but it's for everybody. I think even when you are dating someone, it's still important to give yourself time and space alone. It's still important to take yourself out and do things that nourish you, right? Like, it's still important to cultivate your self-love, your self-worth, your self-confidence, your self-respect. Like, those things are things that are reliant on you, not your partner. So expansion and especially in solo date form, requires intimacy with yourself and with God. And intimacy, there's a phrase out there, it's like into me, see. It's like into me, I see. It's like seeing into yourself, right? Getting to know yourself, slowing down enough so that you can learn who you are. And like sometimes we get so busy and we get into hustle culture, or, you know, you're dealing with things like there's always, life is so emotional. Life is full of so much emotion. And I don't want to say drama because that's not necessarily true, but like there's so many things that you have to work through in your day-to-day. There's so many ways that you're challenging yourself to grow, and life gives you so many challenges that it can be hard to slow down sometimes, because then you have to sit and face those things. And what solo dates do is they help you slow down enough to really like see into yourself and see what you need, right? Do you need more rest? Do you need more intentional time with yourself? Do you need more intentional time with God? Do you need to get a better community that you feel like you can talk to? You know, these are things that you can't find when you're go all the time. These are things you can't find when you don't create space for yourself. My favorite solo dates are the ones where God is invited in. Because God reveals who you are when the noise is gone. When the hustle and bustle stops. When you slow down enough, it gives you a mirror, right? You get to see into yourself. And sometimes that's nerve-wracking, which is why we don't slow down. I totally get it, babe. I've been there. But knowing yourself well is the foundation to building an expansive life. If you don't know yourself and your limits and your shortcomings and the things that maybe you don't like, then how can you know how to move through those things? How can you know how to build past those things? How can you find your next level if you're not even willing to recognize your current one? Right? There have been multiple times in my life where I had to level with myself and say, I am miserable. I hate it here. I feel like I'm not living up to my full potential. And that was when things changed. But it didn't change until it got to that point. And so I think solo dates are like mini check-ins. They're acts of love for yourself. I love myself enough to not just wait to be chosen. I love myself enough to actively choose me consistently. Even if I don't like myself all the time. Sometimes I'm fed up. You know, sometimes I'm like, girl, you've been doom scrolling too much. What are we doing? But sometimes I'm like, okay, I get to slow down and be proud of how much effort I've been putting in and how much I'm working, right? Those give you those breathing moments. So my challenge for you this week, I don't know how long this was, but my challenge for you is to take yourself on one intentional solo date this week. Not because you're lonely, but because you're worth getting to know, right? You deserve to be in your own presence, in your own essence. Like, remember how awesome you are. And it's like, it gets really weird when you have confidence, because some people, especially women, can look at you and say, oh, you know, especially when it's women who have the confidence, can look at you and say, oh, like, you're so conceited, like, you're so stuck up, you're so full of yourself. No, I just know who I am. And me knowing who I am doesn't take anything away from you. But if you want to feel that way, by all means, go off. You know? You're worth getting to know. So be present. Ask yourself, what do I enjoy? Is it a museum date? Is it a picnic? Is it bowling? Or is it simply a night in? Or just a dinner out with a good margarita? Right? What makes me come alive? What is God calling me to become? What is God calling me to let down? Not let down, let go. Put down. Put those two together. And my last thing for you to think about is expansion isn't about becoming someone else. It's becoming more fully yourself. Expansion is stepping into what you want your future to be and who you want to be. Because I know where I am and who I am, and I know where I want to go. And if you don't know either of those things, you're just stuck in this weird limbo. And I will say, it sounds really strange, but solo dates are such a good way to get there. And I know this was like a one-off episode. It seems really random, but it's not. I think it's all combined. Solo dates have really, really helped me in the last couple years prioritize myself and remind me of my essence, of my fun. Like, I'm fun to be around. You know, like, I'll crack jokes with myself and I'll laugh. And you know what? If nobody else thinks I'm funny, that's okay. I don't care. I crack myself up. If you're not funnier than me, then, you know, these are things that are important to know. So thank you guys for coming through this episode with me. Drop it in the comments. Tell me where you went for your solo date, what you did. Next week, we are talking about some fun things. Okay, how to have more fun in your life. This month, it's more lighthearted. It's the summer, right? The sun is out. Sun's out, guns out. Okay. Just had to show off the work I'm doing. Just kidding. But it's more lighthearted. It's more about enjoying life. Like, I think we take life too seriously sometimes. So, if you're seeing this, you made it all the way to the end. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for showing up and supporting me and supporting yourself. And I'm grateful that we are all working on living joyfully, and I'm so, so glad that we get to do it together. I will see you guys next time.